So like I'll tell them the pet peeves and I'll tell them, please consider saying, excuse me, putting the toilet seat down, washing your hands, and don't be a runner friend. And also here is a voucher for a year's worth of pizza.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're healing the world one pizza slice at a time.
Yeah.
That's
As
nice.
Michael Jackson said, making it a better place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna taste real good. It's gonna be a pizza night.
That was good. That was really good.
Welcome, Starseed, and welcome back to What's in Our TikTok collection. Yes, we're back.
Hi, I'm Ashley. You know who I am by now. And I don't know, did you introduce yourself just in case?
No, I did not.
No one knows who you are.
Listen, if you don't know
danger.
me, you're out on the loop. What are you doing? Like, you don't know Ashley? You don't know me? What are you doing here? I mean, just kidding. Just welcome in. My name is Nina. This is the lovely Ashley, serving boss looks and boss wisdom in life. And today...
Absolutely professional. We keep it professional here at the Daily Humans podcast. We only dress in grey professional attire, and if you show up in any other way, then you are disregarded from our professional social standing. So consider your options in daily life, and yes, that is my opinion.
Some of us have real podcasts to do.
Yes. Absolutely. And we take meetings as well, so this is serious.
Yeah. Welcome back, you guys, though. Today, we will be talking about 4 clips. First of all, however, wherever, whenever, wherever we're meant to be together, we'll be talking about pet peeves.
Deal, my deal.
Yes, our first clip. Yeah, go ahead.
Our first clip? She's okay, we're in it. All right. I agree, because I know what it's
Speaking of music.
I agree. I agree. There's just like so much to talk about with the first subject. So you please announce it. I will tell you all the story later. I'm ready.
All right. Well, just know that the story times are always welcomed. But our first clip is pet peeves. Actually, Ashley stumbled upon this clip on TikTok talking about what are your pet peeves. And we talked about it prior a little bit on the phone, and it got us both so heated, or at least it got me heated. And so today we wanted to come on and talk about the things that irritate us. So Ashley, I shall report back to you at the station. What are your pet peeves?
Thank you, Nina. I honestly don't know what I would do without you, because you are the light of my sunshine and the blueberry to a beautiful cooked muffin. And I have a lot of pet peeves, even though I am a very patient person. But I'm also a fellow Aries, so unfortunately I do have a pet peeves list. And here is my first one to share with you all. And let's all relate together in the annoyance of this. And Nina, you can relate to this one too. I'm sure you can. Yes, I wrote it down. This is a very difficult thing to say. When your bladder acts like it has a whole truckload of pee, like dying, despair, grief, anguish, and you need to bolt to the point where you almost break your ankle running to the toilet because your bladder is desperate to be released. Desperate that it won't let you do anything else. So you have no choice, even if you're in the middle of something serious like brushing your teeth.
Or sleeping.
And then you get to the toilet. Or sleeping, yes. And then you get to the toilet and you sit and you expect a tidal wave, a tsunami, and it's just little droplets. It's just little bits. Now, if you're going to tell me that that's a health condition, keep it to yourself. But that is, I have had that happen before. And I need to say, every single time that it's happened, I've sat there and I go, so you made it out like it was dire need for this. You actually did this to me. I should have that conversation with my own bladder. So that's one of my pet peeves. My bladder is an actor and it's winning because I am convinced.
That's
Thoughts?
the thoughts that are occurring in my head is I agree. I think the most irritating for me is always when you're sleeping at night and you're being awoken from your sleep and being like, I need to go. That's what it says. That's what it sounds like. I need to go. And you're like, I want to sleep. No. And you're like, I'm going to continue to sleep. And it just drags you out of bed, regardless, because it's either that or you pee the bed. And that is frustrating. I can already hear people say, that's the medical condition. That's this and this and that. Let's not diagnose. But I will say this, do not drink a lot of water before going to bed. That's my only thing. Like, I have a cutoff time for when I drink water because I don't want to be waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning, bursting at the seams. But yeah.
You know what? I really try with that, but then when I'm really thirsty and I feel like I'm about to put the whole bottle down my throat from how thirsty I am, I just can't help it. And I think to myself, what's worse right now? Me being thirsty or needing to get up at 3 in the morning? And I choose to drink the water. I choose to go through the pain of being woken up to go to the bathroom in the dark at night, and I don't like that. I think that there's a man standing in the corners of certain places just watching. It's just, there's so many horrible things about getting up and doing that, but yet I choose to drink the water. I will always choose it. The
What is
dying of
that?
thirst is real.
What is that anyway? The whole like I haven't drunk a drink in 5,000 years in the middle of the night. Your
Yeah.
throat is like the Sahara Desert. Like I need water, and then you have. What is that about? What is that?
No. I swear to you, the desperation that it gets to, I honestly feel like I could just shove the whole bottle down my throat, like that
Right,
full big gulp. Just like just insert it through your mouth, down your esophagus. That's
like a
how
snake.
desperate it is. Yeah, like
Yeah,
you're clenching on to the last drop of water, and it's like, oh, the whole 1 liter is gone.
yeah. They go hand in hand, literally.
Ams, I hate to tell you this, but that's a health condition. You need to look into it. We know, don't
Could it be
worry.
that you're dehydrated during the day and then at night your body's just trying to tell you that it needs water before you go to sleep? Like I can hear all the voices, but like stop, please.
It's because when your mind decides to go to a different astral plane and take a journey, maybe that's why we need water, because we're walking, we're fighting, we're fleeing, we're flying, we're doing all the things in the
Yeah.
astral planes, while we're sleeping. You all know this when you dream of stuff and you're doing like all these things. Your ex is coming back and he's turned into a snake, or someone else has come back and they've turned into a giraffe, or just anything. Scream decides to come in and pay you a visit like it's a real life movie. You're just constantly fighting. Maybe that's why we wake up and we're hungry and thirsty at the same time. Hungry, thirsty, dead, you know, as an ad in Australia, by the way, for chocolate milk, just as a little reference.
Sounds a bit intense. Hungry, thirsty,
It is intense.
dead? Wow.
Hungry, thirsty, dead. That's how it goes. And I think, fine. I agree. I'm going to drink that chocolate milk because you said that. 100%. And I'm on it. It's like hungry, thirsty, then you're dead from all that thirst. That really entices me. You win that. You win the ad award, in my opinion.
I don't know if I want to drink chocolate milk in the middle of a desert though. And that feels a bit weird. Just feels like it's too thick, you know? But that's just me.
I hear you. I would just YOLO it because it's just you get to that point of like, well, what is this matrix-looking place called life? I shall drink this chocolate milk in the middle of the desert, even though it's going to make me more thirsty. I shall do it.
Right. Yeah.
YOLO.
I feel
It's like you do
like
a peace sign and then do it. Peace out. and drink the milk.
Hungry, thirsty, dead.
Yeah, before you say it, just hold it up to the screen. Hungry, thirsty, dead, and then down it goes. And then dead. Yeah.
They need us.
Oh,
They need to
dear.
hire us.
Please do. You know where to contact us. We have an email address there. If you want us to do an ad for you, we will. I will go to the desert and do it for you. Obviously, still want to be cared for though, because the desert,
Yeah.
has things like scorpions and such. Anyway, to your pet peeve, because I still have a few more and I know you have a few. So
Oh,
let's get there.
so the first one is the most intense that I feel about. The others, not so much. But this one I found through my life and through experiences, and it clashes a tiny bit with Ashley, which I think is so funny. It's when people who walk super slow in front of you and then have the audacity to stop short. And the reason I say that this infuriates me is not because, you can walk down the street and you can pass the person in front of you. No, it's one of those situations where you can't pass the person in front of you. And you're like, I need to go. I need to. And they're like snails. No sloths. They're just walking so slow. And you're like, oh my gosh. Like I can't. It like literally it makes a fire inside of my stomach. Like I get so mad, especially if they stop right in front of me without warning, without like going to the side, because there are people behind you, especially if there's a lot of people. And I'm not the only one. There's like people behind me, and the whole line is held up because you can't decide to be spatially aware. So, like, yeah, as you can tell, I'm frustrated at that. But that's one of my pet peeves.
When she said that it clashes with mine, I agree. The whole like stopping right in front of you, standing in the middle, spatial awareness. Please do consider it. Look it
Yeah.
up and assess. And then when you're in public spaces, just really play that word out in your head and take that time to think about it. Definitely. I wholeheartedly agree, right? And that leads me into my one, which is where she said that it clashes, is that I do not like people who walk fast. But there's something after that, okay? Don't even go there. Just wait. Hold on. Don't skip out of the video. I'm not finished. The people that walk fast and they do not care or have extended expansion of awareness that some people cannot walk as fast as you.
Yeah.
My annoyance comes in when I'm out with my nan, as an example. She cannot walk fast. And don't even go there. We don't stand in the middle. We go to the side. We are on the left side. We are on the left side. Okay. We are closer to the wall. See the wall of the shopping centres? I know what it looks like. I know every nook and cranny to that. Okay. But it's when people literally will deliberately like be so close to her and they'll shoot out in front. And it's like, do you have any awareness that some people have arthritis,
Right.
health conditions, what am I even saying?
Health conditions.
Health conditions. People have health conditions. And even the fact that some days when I'm experiencing a heightened experience of asthma, I definitely just struggle to have a fast pace without being out of breath, right? So if we're on the sideline, if we're on the side, we've moved to the side and there is space for you to walk through, don't be rude about it.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants to walk. I don't actually want to walk fast all the time. I like to stroll. I don't like to be fast paced all the time because then it just inserts the reality that everything needs to be fast paced. That's my other problem with it. I'm actually trying to slow down and stop and rest. And when I'm walking at the shops or in the park or something like that, I will stroll. I will stay on the side, but I will stroll. And if you walk past acting like it's, oh my gosh, like the entitlement of you looking up at the sky and acknowledging that everything around you, that's where my problem comes in.
Yeah.
That's where the issue arises. You don't need to be frustrated by people who want to take their time. Again, if they're standing in the middle and they're hogging the entire space, fair enough. But if they're on the sides, you have no reason. You're the problem.
I agree. Let's just come to like an equal conclusion of like have spatial awareness. People who lack spatial awareness is our pet peeves. Cause like I've experienced that before as well, where there was like a lady in a shopping center, grocery store, wherever we were, I can't really remember, who was frail. She had health conditions and she walked very slow. And this person like was like, constantly like sighing behind her and trying to like pressure her and like, you shouldn't be here if you can't walk fast. And I'm just like, are you serious? Like that grinds my gears as well, because regardless of where you're at and what stage in life, you could be in that position where you can't be as mobile as you used to be. So be aware of your privilege, first of all, and don't exude that energy onto other people. I don't do it when people stop short in front of me. It irritates me, but then I'm like, if I find a way to go around them, I try. But I wouldn't be like at the back of them, be like, so when are you gonna, oh my God.
Coughing like you're going to
Making
blow
all
down
these
the house. Like the big bad wolf. Are you the big bad wolf in Red Riding Hood? I would turn around and say that. Oh, you're the wolf. All the piggies
Yeah,
run. Let's run. I would
yeah,
actually just have a little, are you? Yeah.
yeah.
Puffle, puffle. Jason. Oh,
It's
that's
irritating.
just, it's really irritating. I think it's spatial awareness, but also an expansion, as I said, that people literally have reasons why
Yeah,
they cannot walk that pace. And even so, they might want to walk their pace. They might want to walk that pace in general, and that is
yeah.
okay. There's that one.
Perfect. We did that beautifully. We came together, two opposite
Yep.
sides meeting and harmonizing and, world
We had
peace.
a middle ground. World peace. Yes. I feel like so accomplished now. I don't think we need to do anything more with this episode. So,
Yes, we feel the earth.
again, as I say a lot, thank you for joining us. And the earth is healed, and the earth says hello and bye bye.
Goodbye.
And then the music plays like in the newsrooms, duh, 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 and they're just
Yeah.
talking to each other.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Seeing on Spotify or anything like that, if you just wanted to know what we were doing, just go to YouTube and just quickly have a look at it and then jump back into
Yeah.
audio version.
This is a big thing that I attribute to manners or not having them, rather. And that is people who text at a dinner table if that person is your significant other. Let's say you're on a date. Your date has a phone on the table, constantly answering phone calls, texting. And you're like, am I here? Should I go? Yeah. Bye bye. Like that irritates me so much. And I've been through it, I've experienced it so much. Even at home, where you can't be at the dinner table without somebody being on their phone. And it's just, if you're in an environment with the person you want to be with, why are you on your phone? Put the phone away. The phone can wait. We are here. This is a once in a lifetime experience. One night only, honey. Um, like I don't like it. It's a personal preference, I realize, and I've had to adjust myself because sometimes I'm like, it could be like an urgent call, it could be an emergency. I get that. And in that case, I am more understanding. But like I've had it happen at this point so many times when I've been on dates and stuff that I just, it's like a normal thing now. So it's just something that I've been forced to accept, but it is a pet peeve of mine.
Mm, that is completely fair. That is fair, fair, fair.
What is yours? Actually.
Another one of mine has something to do with manners as well.
Ooh.
And it's when people don't say excuse me when they're coming towards you, like when they want to get past you and
Mm-hmm.
they do not say excuse me and they just push you out the way. You know the Sheeran song that he made for Lord of the Rings? I see fire inside the mountain. You know that song? Yeah, I literally see fire burning the trees. I see it like coming out of my hand and just at you. It really does pee me off badly
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, mate, it takes a second to say, sorry, excuse me, or just excuse me. And don't be rude about it too. Excuse me.
Yeah.
People Ashley, oh, just the audacity. I'm seeing where they found it. Because clearly they found it somewhere. Don't be mean. Don't be rude. Just say, sorry, excuse me. It's not hard. I do it. And literally, when there's so many people, especially for festivals, I will say excuse me as many times as possible. It doesn't affect me to do that. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry, I just need to get through here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Who cares? It's better than being so freaking rude and just shoving through people like,
Yeah.
guys, I've got this. Don't worry. And then just charge through the cloud to the crowd. And if someone isn't going to move, which I know has happened before, when I've walked through a club and I'm like, excuse me, people get rude. People got rude when I was the days of clubbing.
Mm.
There was one time where this girl wouldn't move and I really needed to get through to go to the bathroom. And I was like, sorry, I just need to get through. Excuse me, excuse me. And she was just standing there with her drink. And I was getting annoyed, but I was looking around, finding a different way, right? There was no point in starting a confrontation with someone who is trying to start a confrontation because of their own issues. And I found a different way. There is always a way. You just got to have a patient moment of seeing that, you know? But yeah, excuse me. Holding the door open for people as well, not a hard thing to do. I don't understand. I'm literally just right behind you and you let the door close on me.
Mm.
I don't really understand. I get that some people aren't taught that, but yeah, I just don't see the point. And not holding the elevator when someone's running towards it. And it's
Yeah.
like you could literally just hold the door. It takes you a second to do something kind for someone else. It doesn't take you long. They're not asking for you to climb a mountain. That is my rant for tonight.
I feel like that's, first of all, incredibly sad how many people have lost manners or just do not have them, and just don't exude that kind of, I don't even know what, like, it's not even caretaking towards anybody else, but just decency towards another human being, to like watch somebody run
Yeah.
towards an elevator and you're just like standing there just watching them run and you're not doing anything to hold the door. I feel like that is literally, I've had a friend tell me this before, that there are people who play video games who do the bad choices because they can't in real life. I feel like this is another version of that. It's you seeking revenge on whatever it is you have an issue with in life and not holding the door, being rude, shoulder checking, excuse you, like all all this attitude for no reason. Like it makes no sense.
Oh my God. The experiences I could tell you, my friend, from public interactions. There was one time when I was literally so close to the elevator and this guy wouldn't hold it open. And he stood back and he put his head down. And it's like, okay, if you feel shame, then you know what you did was wrong. You know then, because you clearly what in that split second validated your mind to go, you know what, I'm going to just pretend the situation isn't happening. I'm not going to hold the door for you. Oh, I don't want to do it.
Wow.
And I stood there. When the door shut, I just stood there. And I was like,
Mm.
oh, I'll just wait for the next one. Don't worry. You had plenty of room in there. It was just you. But you know what? I'll just wait. What? I mean, maybe people get anxious. And yes, that's just me thinking like maybe they just get anxious. Maybe they're in an anxious space and their mind can't really grasp, okay, what do I do? What do I do? Like do I hold the door? Do I not like and they just sort of step back and just allow themselves to be in that space. And that's just sort of it.
Mm. Detachment.
Detachment. So I do hold grace that anxiousness comes from people making points of actions like this. I do hold grace for that, but at the same time, practice makes perfect, right? Practice.
Mm.
Actually, let me change that because I don't actually like that saying. Just practice. That's it. Just practice. Not for perfection, just practice. That's it.
Yeah.
When someone says, excuse me, you try it out as well. But when someone says, excuse me, they're not being rude. They just want to pass through. Because that's also the thing, too, is the response that people give to someone that's like, excuse me. And they just look at them like the audacity that you're doing right now to try to pass me. Oh, there's so
Yeah.
much ego amongst this sometimes, and it's just so unneeded. So unneeded. But yeah, that's pet peeves.
Mine also has something to do with manners a little bit more. And that's, I feel like they're two different ones, but they're both the same. So I'm going to mention both of them: sneezing without covering your mouth in public and spitting on the street. You know exactly what I mean by spitting on the street, the noise that people make, and then the "Achoo!" and then just germs everywhere. How dare you? I wanted to call you a name. I did not. I held back just then. But how dare you? Do you want me to get sick? I don't want to get sick. Do you want to get punched in the throat? Because I'm willing. I'm willing and ready. It's
I can
just,
imagine you. Oh,
dude, I have so many stories of like walking down a street and people hacking and spitting on the floor. And like, I have to now go a different route because I don't want to. Oh, I can't. Like, I'm literally getting not. I'm going to throw up. I
nasty
can't do
habit.
it. It's
Nasty.
disgusting. I've been on a date once. We should do an
Oh no.
episode one day of like worst dates. He was a gentleman. He was so kind. He was doing all the things right, right, complimenting me in front of other people. Isn't she beautiful? I was like, oh my gosh, I've never been, wow, okay. And then he spit on the street on the second date, and I was like, never again. That day, that moment, it ended. I was like, I'm going, goodbye. I evaporated that
With you.
instant. Disgusting.
Disgusting. Like in that video
Yeah.
from years ago. Disgusting. Oh, that actually resembles to one of mine, which is disgusting. It's not putting the toilet seat down, like leaving it up, and then not washing your hands
Oh,
after you go to the toilet.
that's not a pet peeve. That's an illegal act. That should never happen.
Illegal act. That should be in the Constitution.
Yeah.
Please. It's just I I try to tell this because obviously some people make fun of me because I'm someone that's like, wash your damn hands, wash your damn hands. And they go, da, da, da. And it's like the reason why is because number one, if they actually did swabs on people's phones, and you can probably find this on YouTube, and what they found on the phone, like feces, pee, urine, it's just thinking about the fact that we touch people's food, we touch utensils, we touch like the fridge handle, we touch handles and everything. We're transferring all of that to whoever touches it next. I
Yeah.
don't, I really do not care how, if people want to think that this is such an overreaction. Nobody wants pee pee poo poo bread. Nobody wants like feces pasta. Nobody wants to have their hands smothered with someone else's toileria, whatever they go through when they're in the bathroom.
Shit fingers.
Yeah, shut
Nobody
their
wants
fingers.
that.
No, no one wants that. No one wants it on their food, on their utensils, on anything that they touch. So just wash your hands. Just get up. And also, you put the toilet seat down because if you do your research, they actually put a toilet down. So they had an experiment where they flushed a toilet and they used UV light to see how far the splatters reached. Okay, everywhere. Now you have pee in the bowl. You have feces. I can't even. I feel like I'm not saying that word right.
Feces.
You have feces, and then you're flushing with the lid open. That is expanding over the walls in your bathroom, over the shower, over where people wash their hands. If the toilet is in the bathroom, if the toilet's in its own space, it's all over the walls. It's all over the toilet paper holder. It's everywhere.
It's on your toothbrush if you have your toothbrush not in a
Yes.
cover. So now you got
Thank
shit
you.
teeth, shit fingers, and shit teeth. Disgusting.
That should be our ending for all of it. And you can research this yourself. You will see the study that they did on it. You can have a look yourselves. Everything's out there as to why you should wash your hands and put the toilet seat down. Guys.
Listen, I'm trying to be. I'm trying to calm myself down because I know there are people who never learned this stuff, which I think is a disservice that was done to those people. But please, it's for your own health as well, not just other people. So like I have sat there and I was like, while listening to you, I was like, why do we need to say this? This should be common sense, but it isn't because so many people don't get raised with these standards and then defy them. And it's just it's not something we need to make common. It's something that can harm us in a very long-term way health-wise. And so put the lid down, wash your hands, stop spitting on the ground, cover your mouth when you sneeze, and clean yourself up. Take showers, wipe, do the thing. It may be inconvenient for a moment for you in a moment where you're just trying to get in and out, like I don't need to wash my hands. It's not that serious. It is because you can get bad infections, worms, all types of stuff. Anyway, mic drop, Ashley. You did a
Right.
great thing.
Thank you. I've been wanting to say that for a long time. There's a lot of built up emotions towards it.
I think the pet peeve I'm gonna leave off on personally is people who are very loud all the time. I do not like that. I do not want that. It overwhelms me at a certain amount of time. And listen, I can get loud when I'm excited, and they're like peaks and valleys, right? But people who are always on max volume, I can't do it. I can't do it. I need to leave the room, the house, the environment. It just overwhelms
Fair
me
enough.
too much. And it makes me aggressive,
Fair enough.
actually.
It's like we're in a room and everyone's talking and someone's extra loud. I just see Nina like it's building. It's building. So she walks up to me and goes, "Hey, what?"
Yeah, it's not instant. It definitely is something that takes time for me to get to the point where I get aggravated. But it's like if you and I are in a room and we're talking and you hear a guy from across the room like, "Yeah, I scored so many women." Like, who cares? I don't want to be a part of that conversation. Speak quieter, John, Bob, Dylan. Stop it.
Bobby, shut up, Bobby. No one wants to know how many women you've slept with. Keep it to your fucking self.
Thank you.
I'm allowed to say. Oh, jeez. They yell and then you yell. They get loud, you get louder.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair enough, my friend. My next one is people who honk at learners and then swerve
Yeah.
around them so quickly, like they're the inconvenience. Yet the L. What? does the L represent? Well, let me tell you, it represents learning. Pause for a moment of thinking. Learning. Yes. Yeah. Can I get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
Thank you. Thank you, one person of the congregation. Learning. So when I see people go around them and honk or look at them like they're the inconvenience, yeah, like, how dare you? You're being so slow. You're taking up so much time. You need to get from A to Z so quickly, zoom, like a bullet train. I see it too much on the road and I just sit there and I think they're learning.
Yeah.
Patience is a virtue. Seriously. You were once there. Bob? No, what was the one that you said? Bob. Yeah, it was a Bob.
Bob Dylan,
The guy that was
John.
being loud. That was him in
Yeah.
the car that went past the learner. Had his music up loud, revving his car, going, oh, you're so slow. Doof, 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 down the road.
It's sad, isn't it? I've thought about this before.
Yeah.
Like obviously it can be annoying having to go super slow for somebody, but at the same time I think it's sad when we don't make room in this world for people who are growing into whatever thing that
Yeah.
they are, growing into. We need to have more understanding, more patience, especially when it's on the road, because I mean, I don't want to sound like a PSA, but like you can get into accidents and it can be bad. So why not just cool it, John, Bob, Dylan,
John,
whatever
Bob.
your name
Yeah.
is,
Bob Dylan.
and you're gonna get to where you need to go, but you need to be careful, otherwise you're going to get lost along the way and you're going to go to the spirit land instead. You're going out in the spirit of the sky. That's where you're going to go.
Hungry, thirsty, dead.
Hungry, thirsty, dead. Yeah, that's the new Fast and Furious movie coming out.
Just to say, for copyright terms, we did not make that up. We did not create that. Someone else did. Okay, so
Yeah.
we don't need to take credit for it. Thank you.
Yeah.
What's your next one, my friend? Do you have another one?
I
She's
do,
laughing.
and I try to ignore that one, but it is something that it's not high on my scale, but it is there. It is the reason why I can't do ASMR either. Ashley loves ASMR, and I've never been able to tell you, like, I like it, but also I don't. And this is why I don't like mouth sounds. And I don't like it when I do it, when I hear myself do it in like voice message. Obviously, it's undeniable. We talk, our mouth moves. There's noises sometimes, right? And as somebody who has had her jaw realigned, there can be clicking and cracking and all types of things. But I don't like the sound of like the saliva in your mouth. Also, chewing, that is a big thing as well. It's not with everybody, which is funny. Like I can watch friends chew, but there are particular people I can't watch chew, because if they chew, like it, like I actually need to go away because it makes me so aggressive. Like there's certain, I feel like it's maybe like belonging to that particular person. Maybe I just don't like them. I don't know. But like I've noticed it. There are certain
Actually,
people
to
who,
them.
what?
I was going to say it's all them. They're the problem.
Well, maybe not. I don't know. But there are particular people who chew in a certain way and at a certain volume where it's like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Mm.
So that's one of them. But it's not high on my list. It's not as bad as the other ones, I feel.
I think that's fair enough, and that's absolutely fine. I love ASMR, but yeah, sometimes the excessive mouth stuff, it gets a little excessive. Just what it is. But it's all good on my end, but that's fine,
Mhm.
that's understandable. My next one is white LED lights on cars. Why?
Yes.
That's the big question that I have. Why? Because I drive and I can't see. I cannot see.
Honestly, I'm legally blind.
Literally, I literally am driving and I'm having to look on over to the side at the white line on the side and focus on that
Yeah.
sometimes because I cannot look straight because it's blaring into my eye sockets. And I feel like my eyes are going to explode because it's not just one car, it's the one next to after it, the one after it, the one after it. All the new cars have these white LEDs. And please, for the sake of sanity of human behavior, please change them back to the yellow, the yellowish lights, please. Because my eye, oh, it's so dangerous. I don't understand why it was proved.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. And even for people who have like stigmatisms or, I don't know, have some kind of eyesight issue, like you're essentially
Yeah.
blinding everything. I agree. Bring back lights that maybe go further and you can see better, but not LED, because like the way that it just, it's not great.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Do you have any
I have
more?
three more. I have three
Yes.
more and then I'm done.
Let's
Are
unpack.
you out? Are you
Yeah,
done?
I'm already done.
I had a long list, people. But these are my three. When you're driving and people act like they want to get into your boot, why are you so
Mm.
close to the back of my car? Why? I literally say to them, do you want to get in? I can pop it right here, right now, and you can hop yourself in because you clearly want to. Do you want to like meet my car? Well, this is Orion. What's your car? That's another one of mine. You don't need to be so damn close. Don't tailgate people. Second one, people who pick on every little detail of what you say and expect you to know it all.
Mm.
And that's actually my top one. People that expect you to know it all. They'll say like, "What's the capital of this country?" And you're like, "Oh, I can't think of it right now. I don't know." Oh, what? You're dumb. Da 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 da. Spent a whole day yesterday learning another language. Like I don't. We're human beings. We're not robots. I don't know where this whole thing of knowing everything came into some kind of validation, but I don't know everything. So, and I'm okay with that. Like I can't, yeah, that's a pet peeve for me is the
Yeah.
forgetfulness that we're human beings. And my last one is the runner friend.
The runner friend?
The friend when you're out and about and a friend runs away from you.
Ah, the people who walk
I'm not
ahead
a
of you.
fan. No, that as well. But when they run away from you, like actually when you go to events or you go clubbing or you go
Ah,
out and these people run, like this friend just runs away from everyone. And I'll tell you why it's a bit of my pet peeve. Because number one, I know how unsafe it is. And number two, if they're drunk, I'm worried about their safety, if they're okay. And it's just not fun when you spend most of the time trying to find them to
yeah,
make sure that they're okay. You know,
yeah,
sometimes it's just not okay, especially when it's just you two and then they just bolt.
yeah,
And I just think, what was the point of me and you hanging out? You could have just come by yourself at this point. But it's based for safety. It's mainly for safety. It's just I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
I agree. Yeah, I think that
Yes.
that's bad manners as well.
Mm. Never been a fan, never will, until the day I die. In my eulogy, they will say, please do not be a runner friend. Thank you for coming to Ashley's celebration of life.
Mhm.
Goodbye.
That's the closing. Yeah.
That's the closing. Please eat pizza for at least, actually, I'll give everyone like a free year pizza voucher at the end as well. So, like, I'll tell them the pet peeves and I'll tell them, please consider saying, excuse me, putting the toilet seat down, washing your hands, and don't be a runner friend. And also, here is a voucher for a year's worth of pizza.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're healing the world one pizza slice at a time.
Yeah.
That's
As
nice.
Michael Jackson said, making it a better place.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
100%.
make a change. for once in my life. It's gonna
Love it.
taste real good. It's
Oh,
gonna
yes.
be a pizza night.
That was good. That was really
Thank you.
good. And she thought of that on the spot, too.
Yeah.
Your IQ is through the roof. Look, I can see it like shooting through to the stars. That's a
I'm getting
high
better.
IQ. They talk about high IQ. No, you've never seen a high IQ because hers just shot through, right through. You think it's an alien? It's a spaceship? No, it's Nina's IQ.
Hmm. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
You're welcome. I
Moving
can see
on.
it from here. I can see it from here.
Moving.
Let's not. I saw like 14,000 kilometers away, and there's your IQ.
Nice. I'm glad to see it somewhere. Moving on to the to the next section, the next video discussion. Soft girl era. Don't we love it?
Oh,
Being all
yeah.
these soft girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You,
I'll start this one off because I presented it to Ash, and I would love to hear what you think as well. There are two things I want to say about the soft girl era discussion going on TikTok right now. I think it's absolutely amazing that people are finding ways to instill joy, gentleness, slowing down, like you mentioned, Ashley, in a world that's constantly bustling and going and trying to be productive for no reason. Well, there are reasons, but I don't want to talk about capitalism today. So let's give that one a break. But
not today, Bob.
yes, not today. But I think it's an incredible movement. However, I have seen some discussions, and I won't get too deeply into it. I'll just leave it here, and I'll say this for the people online who think being soft, right? There are two connotations. There's the connotation that being soft is being weak, right? The toxic format of that. And then there's the other side that's also not so healthy is the being soft means not being able to do hard things. You can do both.
Mm,
You can be strong and be soft. You can do hard things and live a soft girl life. Because I've seen a lot of discussions, and like I said, this can be for something later. But about women, it's mostly women that I've heard having this discussion, being like traditional, staying in the home, taking care of children, soft girl era, or I'm gonna not do my job anymore. My husband's gonna take care of me for a year. Soft girl era. I think it's great if you remove yourself from environments that are not good for your mental health. However, soft girl does not mean not being capable to do hard things, doesn't mean you have to live a quote unquote traditional lifestyle. If that's what you like, that's what you prefer, that's great. But that is not the blanket statement. I think that is kind of my tripe with it a little bit. My gripe. Tripe is a fish. Anyway, I digress.
Trump is a fish. We're talking about fish now. What type of fish do you like?
I like salmon. What do you like?
I like flake. Mm,
What's flake?
I have
What's
no
that?
idea. Whiting. I like whiting. I like.
Mm.
I'm actually just copying the names from the fish and chip shop of what they call the
Oh,
fish.
okay.
No, I don't know the actual flounder. That
Mm,
just popped up into my head. Yeah,
okay.
I'm just saying it. I don't actually know if it's like something I like or not.
I like that. That's so funny. The reason I'm talking about soft girl era, though, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because I saw a clip from a creator and it said something along the lines of never shame a girl for trying her hand at softness after years of being forced to be tough. And that was kind of more so the point that I was trying to get into in the sense of I see a lot of bullies, not just online, but throughout world that try to make you feel bad for having fun and enjoying things, and people who observe that labeling that as quote unquote childish. You're childish for liking Disney. You're childish for liking anime. You're childish for collecting dolls or this or that. And I think it is so disheartening to watch how we've all turned into some kind of a civilization that makes being beige and gray and white the ideal and the quote unquote adult thing. And yet, when we try to pursue joy or what people call whimsy or liking fairies and magic and collecting things and being girly, quote unquote, it's just, I find it disheartening that we're making that a bad thing. You're not childish for having a stuffed animal collection if that's what you want to do. Some people actually need that to heal a childhood they never had, by the way, but that's another discussion entirely. I will speak from it from my point of view. I'm trying to enter into a better way, a gentler way of existing within myself. And that means exploring things that give me joy. And if that means I am seen as childish for doing so, for not partaking in the rump up of gotta go to work, gotta go to work, gotta be successful, gotta be successful, work. Thank you. I don't want to be a part of that life. I want to enjoy. I want to grow. I want to experience as much as I can. And obviously, there's a lot of privilege that comes with that as well. However, you don't need to be tough. You don't need to be hard. You don't need to be a go getter all the time. You're allowed to slow down, to find what gives you joy, and to build upon that in a way that is suitable for you. Back to you in the studio, honey.
I don't even know what to say after such fabulous evaluations of your experience and the experience of society with soft girl era. Hmm. There's not too much I can add to this conversation,
Mhm.
only because I don't feel like a soft girl entirely. Whatever that analogy means to me
Mhm.
personally, I don't fully resonate resonate with it entirely. I think growing up, women in my family had to be more in their masculine for the protection of self. And I think I found myself on that space as well.
Mhm.
And that is okay. But I mean, it's sort of a different topic to this, but I'm explaining that I don't have a lot of understanding of that side of things. But I do have an understanding of the projection of shame towards people that sit in the spaces of animation, love for animation, love for Disney, loves for plushies, toys, collecting collectibles, certain hobbies like rocks, collecting plants, anything that I think people don't resonate to some sort of achieving, like you said, achieving success narrative, you know, confidence, strong, like in the movies where they walk and the music is playing and it's like, duh, duh, it's like some confident, strong person. I think anything that goes against that analogy for a lot of people is considered soft and on the other side weak, which is just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. You don't have to participate in it, but there's nothing wrong with collecting postcards or rocks or watching Disney movies. I still watch Disney movies. I don't really fully consider myself as someone in her soft girl era, right? But I still do watch Disney movies. I watch cartoons. I love animation, but actually, yeah, animation, but not anime. Yeah, they're different. Oh, geez,
Yeah.
I just got confused. I love animation. There's so many movies. Like, I love watching Despicable Me. Love for it. Kung Fu Panda. My love for it is undying, you know? And there's no point of anything being attached to that. It's just a love. That's it. It's a human normalcy. It's just a love. You know what? I think we're creating shit just to talk about it, just to have a problem with it, just to, I don't know, continue some kind of bullshit drama with it. I really do think it's so unnecessary to criticize anyone for being a Disney lover. I just think it's silly. Like, what is it's if there's no harm, Who really cares? It's their love, it's their joy. Just leave it be. I think people just want an opinion on everything. I think that's also something else too. So
Mm.
that is my little thing to put into that topic.
I do want to say this. A couple weeks ago, I like to watch hoarders because I love cleaning, I love organizing, I love seeing the process of that. And one of the people that was on the show was a collector of horror figurines from like horror movies and stuff like that, cute little collectibles and Star Wars and all this stuff. And I was looking at this, I was like, dude, that's such a cool collection you have. That's such a massive move to get rid of it all so you can make space and clear things out. But like the whole entire show was just like, they're weird. Oh my God, it's like walking into like a weird, oh, they're not, because it was a couple, it wasn't just a man, it was both of them collecting stuff. She made costumes and beautiful dresses, all these things. They had a massive collection in their home and it was too much for them, obviously. That's why the show took place. But the way they narrated these two people, as if they're like creepy, weird, alien people of like, ooh, you collect stuff. Oh my God, look at those dresses. Oh my God, look at those figurines. And I was just literally, when I saw it, obviously it was too much. It's called Hoarders. But I was like, dude, that is such an awesome collection. I'm not into Star Wars personally, but I am into horror movies. And he had like classic horror movie like figurines. And I'm like, dude, that is so cool. And like in the movie, not in the movie, in the TV show, they were like, now we're clearing out this spooky mansion and we're making sure they never do this again. They are weird. Ugh. And like the music that they would have playing in the background, it's just it was so full of judgment that it like shocked me. And obviously, I don't know when this came out, this particular episode, but it just reminded me of like going back to watching early 2000s movies and seeing all the fat shaming, seeing all the women shaming, seeing all the just suppression of a human being. And I'm like, can't you just let people have a hobby? You're here to help. Why are you placing judgment? Ugh.
Well, I oh, I have so much to say with that. I'm going to shorten it, but I, for a long time, myself personally, have it's one of my biggest pet peeves when I hear people judge someone else's hobbies and call it weird. You know, if any of you have seen the movie, um, The Mitchells versus the Machines, right? I recommended that movie to Nina the other day because it just makes me feel so happy and joyful when I watch it, right? But through that movie, there were parts of me that were eyebrowing it like this because I didn't understand the projection of weird upon this family when to me they looked perfect. When to me they looked perfectly normal. They looked fun. They had problems like many human beings do, but they seemed perfectly normal. Oh my God, they made animal sounds because that's their little inside joke, and that's considered weird. It's like at the end, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, when Katie is saying goodbye to her dad, there's this cute little moose that he made out of wood, and their inside joke is that they make sounds like mooses
Mm-hmm.
like a moose, right? So at the end, they start doing it to each other, and and the mother joins in, and the brother joins in, and then you have students on the side going, and I'm literally watching, thinking, I wouldn't see that as weird. I wouldn't see that
Yeah.
as anything but a family having an interaction, and that's their little inside joke.
Yeah.
What, what is weird? You give the meaning to what is weird yourself, and if it's so suppressive, then you're not open to the glorious reality of human. There are so many beautiful pathways that humans take and get to know them. They're awesome people. Why the fudge would you want to suppress it so much that you look at someone that has figurines, that loves Star Wars and has all the movies and has posters and just for anything really? and call that weird when it's just a general love. Detach from weird. Actually, you know what? Assess why you think it's weird in the first place. Like, take a step back. I think it's weird that you think it's weird. I think it's weird that you're so hyper focused on someone else's hobby that you want to change them to your version of human. I think that's freaking weird. If we want to
Mhm.
go there, I think that's fucking weird. And I am going to swear with that. Because how dare you, for starters, try to mold someone into your version of human and your version is perfection and normal bullshit. Your version is based upon what you've been taught and what you've taught yourself, and that's yours only. How dare you try to change someone's love of Star Wars and say they're now going to be normal? I rebuke. And I hope everyone else, if anyone is trying to change something within you, a love for what are they called again? For plushies, oh, squishies,
Mhm.
for plushies, for whatever it is, they're the problem. I say that a lot, but they are actually the problem because your love for this stuff is normal. It's normal. Literally,
Yeah.
and I know that I'm going on a bit of a tangent, but there are so many links to this pathway. We have to do a full episode on it because I have a lot to say. Even the fact that people crucify people for having certain pets, like rats. Like, how can you love rats? They're rodents. And
Yeah.
how could you love them? How can you actually have love? Because we're human beings. We're not robots. We're not machines. We love things. We love cars. We love houses. We love each other. We love. And when you have, like, I loved my fish. I loved my fish. I miss my fish. I freaking cried over my fish because I loved them. I took care of them every day. I went out and brought medicine for them when they got sick. I went out and brought plants, fresh plants when they needed it. I put the effort in because I loved them.
Yeah.
Why is it any kind of feeling you have internally of it's weird that you love these things? That's a you issue and keep it to yourself and self reflect on it yourself. I cannot stand when people project it and try to make it out like it's yours. It's not mine and it shouldn't be anyone else's. Don't apologize for loving things. Don't apologize for it. Go ahead and love it if it makes you happy. Anyone
Exactly.
else with a problem with it, they need to deal with it themselves. Deal with your problems. Thank
Mic
you.
drop. I like that. You're like, I don't have much to say on it. And you do. You do. I knew it was in you.
Started mention that when you started mentioning that couple,
Yeah.
I felt the fire within because
Yeah.
I cannot stand that kind of suppression. I cannot stand the audacity of human beings trying to mold everyone else into their version of human. Like, how freaking dare you? The audacity, in my opinion. Who do you think you are, Batman? Even if you were Batman, I'd be breaking that light and telling you to go somewhere else. Like, how dare you?
I like that. That's so cute. I'll break the light and
Move a
tell you to
different
go
city.
somewhere else.
Into a different city. How dare you? My
Yeah, no, I
gosh.
definitely felt bad for them because it's like you don't know until because I was like they're there, they called this team so they can help out, and then there was a TV show in it involved in it, I'm sure for whatever reason, and um, I was like they probably had no idea how all of this was edited and what was said about them, and then they saw that on TV, and all they wanted was help. And that's what they got in return. And I was just like, wow, that's really shitty.
I hate when I see that stuff. I really do. It's a what are you doing exactly to help them, or are you doing it for TV? Because
Right.
that's not helping. That is
Yeah.
not helping. How do you help someone by trying to, I don't know, force them into a box, into the version that you consider to be, like I said, normal? People get to the point of hoarding for a reason. And I know that that comes with a lot of hurt for their family. I understand that, but people get to that point for a reason. And it shows like that, which I have seen. I have seen it before. We do have it here. Sometimes it pops up on TV. Um, and normally the counselor that
Mhm.
assists the support team, there was one that I watched and she was pretty good. She was very patient, very calm. She listened. She would stop everyone from working if the patient was becoming really uncomfortable and unsettled and angry. She did so well. And then you have those moments when you see the support team and the mental health team that are a part of the support team, and you just sit there and you think, what are you doing? Why are you meant to be helping, or are you just sort of trying to mold them into your own version of perfection?
Yeah.
You have to work with them. You have to work with them and who they are, not try to like change their entire house around to meet the house that you would live in. You ain't living in that house, they are. So when you fix the house, you fix it for them, not for you. That's my opinion. Even for general life, when you help someone, you're not helping them for you, you're helping them for themselves. I could go on
Absolutely.
a long rant about this, like a whole
That's
episode
great.
long.
It's great. It's something that needs to be heard and needs to be said, because it's not okay to treat people that way. But
No way.
we'll digress to the
I
next
literally knew she was going to say digress. I literally had it in my head. I digress. I literally had the thing in her exact voice play out in my head.
one. I
We're
digress. We
digressing.
digress. We're
We all
digressing.
digress. Let's digress.
Um,
Let's dissect. Let's all of it.
Let me ask you the question, because this is what the video was about. What brought
Mm.
your spark back, my friend?
What brought my spark back?
Yeah, spark.
Yeah, using the spark emoji. I just pressed that and that's it. I was sparked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lit a light as well and I was sparked. Yeah.
You remember that back in the 80s when you had like a lighter and in
Oh my
concerts and you used
gosh,
to sway
yes.
back and forth? Yeah.
Just a quick story about that. And this may resonate for a lot of you as well. When we went to Christmas, like carols by candlelight, they used to have like these little Christmas festivals in different suburbs, right? And you used to get a candle with a little cup holder so it would
Mhm.
catch the wax. And I remember that. You used to hold it and just brought
Oh,
back so many memories. I loved it as a kid. I really did. And nowadays they have fake ones,
yeah.
obviously, because I guess for safety, but they are top notch. I could be wrong though. They might still have it. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't been to one of these in a long time, but one of my greatest memories was holding that candle with a Christmas hat on. Oh, that brought my spark back.
Mm,
That was one of
beautiful.
them. Thank you. Those moments when things got exceptionally low. Sometimes, and I know this is a little cliche in some ways, but I would literally just sit outside. Some days I'd just sit outside, even if I was still feeling ultimately beyond the valley of horrible. I would just sit out there. And I don't know, there's something about watching birds just fly in their flock. And sometimes they do like a little dance because it's kind of like they go this way and then that way. And you're wondering where they're going. Like, are you dancing for me? A plus. Like, if I was rating you as a judge, that's a 10. You know, when you just sit in that space, even if your mind is running, there's just something about grounding as well, that I'm not going to say that it entirely fixes the problem. I'm not going to say that, but I think it just lights that little fire, even if it's just a small little flame. It just gives something, you know. So I think that's one thing that helps spark it in those moments, as well as Nina, of course. Like, she's literally like, if my candle goes out, she's right there with the match. Like, light it up. She's one of those cool people where she just has to light it and then throw the flame and it hits the candle, the wick, and it's lit
Mm,
and we're all good. Yeah.
thank you. You just called me cool, you guys. It's on camera. Like, I'm cool now. That brought my spark
You're
back.
so cool. Totally. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, and I will give one more too. My spark came back from literally journaling as well, from
Mm,
journaling. And I said this too in an episode because I know I can just hear people say, oh, of course, it's like, da, da, da. Just listen. And if it resonates, if it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't, right? You just sit there and you write what is coming up today at the top. as a starter. Just that, what's coming up today, and then you just smash it on the paper. Smash it down. Everything, literally everything you're thinking, even if you think that it's nothing, that it's meaningless. Oh, this is I'm not feeling anything over this. Just write it down. It's not going to hurt to write it down. Get it all on the paper, everything, even if you're embarrassed by it, even if you feel shame or guilt from it, just write it down. Get it on that paper, right? Everything. Even if you did something in front of your crush the other day, write it down. And the embarrassment as well, write it down. And then see what happens from there. Again, I'm not saying that it's going to fix everything. That's not my point. But it does help just light that little flame, right? Or it even may spark you. I don't know. Whatever floats the boat, whatever is meant to be will be. But it's a good little thing to help, at least.
Absolutely. And for me as well, something that brought my spark back was journaling. But it's interesting because I have a few different journals. There's a few different ways I go about writing things down and for what purpose and all of that. And I think years ago, I had to start learning how to. I saw the concept on TikTok. I saw it online, and it was like, speak to yourself how you wish your loved ones would speak to you, your significant other, the people you love, the environment, the people you're trying to pull in, all of that stuff, right? So I was like, let me buy a journal and let me write, like, specifically for this particular journal, just love notes for myself. It was very hard for me to do that because it felt cringe. There's that judgment again, right? That we were talking about earlier. But it's really interesting seeing how I can easily write letters of love and loving letters to the people that I love, but not to myself. And that was a really big hurdle for me at the time. But now, after I would say last year was a really difficult year for me, I'm able to do that naturally. Like, I don't have to be like, okay, I'm going to grab this journal, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to think about all the nice things I can tell myself. Like, I don't do that. It just flows naturally. And, um, I try not to disconnect from it these days when I do that and be like, oh, it's just my higher self. It's like, no, this is me. All of it, higher, past, future, it's all me anyway. But like, to be able to sit there and have like a stream of consciousness just flow through you and it be all uplifting and kind rather than just all the things I used to think that were negative about myself, that helped bring my spark back. It brought my spark back to feel that way about myself and then also to write and read that about myself. But, and this is what brought upon me being able to say it as freely and flow with it, is because of the people that I do have in my life, my friends, Ashley, Jay, our editor, and a few other people that have really, for the last year, for a very long time, but for especially last year when I was not doing well, poured so much into me, made sure that I didn't feel alone, made sure that I feel supported, heard, seen, validated, all of these things make me feel protected, bring me back to center. That helped bring my spark back. Because I did not have a spark. There was no candle. There was just an echo in a darkness. I was in a labyrinth and they came in and they were like, I'm going to take your hand and I'm going to lead you out. I'm going to help you find your way out. I'm not going to do it for you. You can do this yourself, but we can go together. And that helped me so much. And it got me to the point where I am today. And as a quick side thing, I'm not going to say what it is because obviously this is not for me to tell. This is for you to tell if you feel safe and wanting to, Ash. But I gave Ashley a present recently and her reaction to it healed me. I'm telling you, like, she laughed when I said it before we got on. She was like, "Oh, you're so funny. You healed me too, all the lifetimes." And I'm like, no, like, seriously, you healed me. Because there was a point in time where the things I would do for others was not appreciated. And it was just dismissed. I had somebody in my life one time get a gift from me, say, oh, that's nice, throw it in the trash. In the trash. It went in right in front of my eyes, both of them. And I saw it. And so it just, obviously I always was a giver. I'm a lover by nature. That is just fundamentally who I am. I've given freely. However, I noticed at a certain point in time when I look back that I gave out of lack, and now I can give out of love because I feel loved, because I'm overflowing with it due to other people also pouring into me. And being able to witness that, being able to be in the moment of not, I don't know how to formulate this into a better word, in a better sentence or a better way of explaining things, but like I was in a moment where essentially higher self or whatever you want to call it came in and it's like, see, this is what you can do with the gifts you've been given to cause joy and create more joy in the world. It doesn't have to be something where you win a Nobel Peace Prize and you've helped save so many people in this really dangerous way, right? You can help people, you can heal people, you can be there and be healed by them as well by doing the things that you were gifted to do, the abilities that you have, the things that you're able to give other people. Not only heals yourself, but you heal the community, you heal the world through one person at a time. And that is such a special thing. And it's something that came to me at that moment, and it healed past, present, future self as well. And so that also helped bring my spark back. Do you have another one, my friend? Because I feel like I'm just talking so much. I want to do like a back and forth. She's rolling her eyes. She's like, you're not speaking too much. Stop putting yourself down.
I don't need to say anything. She just said it.
Yeah.
Did you want me to show them it or you don't? Because that's why I didn't pull it out.
It's up to you. It's up to you completely. It's yours. You get to decide whatever you want to do. I'm so comfortable, girl.
We're heading into an intermission as I get up and go and get the thing because I'm not having you look at my ass.
Word.
Intermission completed. Thank you for waiting. So I framed it today, technically. Yeah, today I framed it. I was like, what day I did it? I did it today. Where am I? Not here. And this, I'm going to pull it up to the camera, right? Can you see it?
Yes, we can see.
I know the light is there, everyone. I know, and it's not helping, but can you see it?
Yes.
This is what she did. Take it. I bawled my eyes out, and I did it. I opened it on camera, right? I opened it on camera because I always, whenever she sends me stuff, I always record myself unboxing it. Like I'm a YouTuber that unboxes things, you know? And I wanted her to just for us to witness that together, you know? So I was generally shocked when I saw it. I was generally shocked. I did not expect it. And then all of a sudden, I just like burst out crying because I just could not believe that she actually drew me. Like she actually drew me, you know? Like someone had actually taken their time out and sat there and drew me, you know? So it was yeah, it's unreal, honestly. And it's just I have a lot of feelings. I have a lot of feelings. I'm like a mushy pillow. Like there are moments where I'm like, and then it's like, I'm a mushy pillow right now because someone actually drew me. It's just, yeah, to be loved is to be seen. And Nina was the one that essentially taught me what love actually is, what it's meant to be, and what it feels like. And it's been a process of finding comfortability with that. And this was sort of just like one of those moments of she is like the level. So any partner that comes in, yeah, if you're not meeting that level, well, good luck to you then. Because like I said, it's effortless to do this for people. Like, and I completely agree. Like if I could literally fly her over here tomorrow, I would. Even right now. If I could book it and say pack your bags right now, I would. I would literally give as much as I can to help her get out. So I am so eternally grateful. And this is going to be with me for the rest of my life, like until I die. I'll either be buried with it or it may be passed on to children if I have them. But yeah, this is like this is one of the greatest gifts I've ever received. Truly.
Oh,
Thank you,
that
my
is so
friend.
sweet. Thank you. And yes, to people who are just listening in, Ash held up a picture frame with a sketch I've made of her. And the thing is, you gave me the idea, Ash. Like we were on TikTok, we were sending messages back and forth, and she was like, "Paint me like your French girls," as something funny to a response of a video she sent me, and I was like, "I will." Yes, I
She
will.
took the challenge. And you did it perfectly. You
Thank
really
you.
did.
Thank you. So that gave my
I did
spark
not
back.
expect it.
We sparked each
Mm.
other.
Like, yeah, it did. It really did. That's like the greatest thing about energy and connection is that exchange. It's a beautiful thing, and it's worth
Mm,
having. It's worth
yes.
having people out there exist that do this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it
Yep.
does. And I think the final thing that brings my spark back, it's not always, but it does help a lot, is watching feel good movies.
Mm.
That is a big thing for me to kind of get hope back and joy and laugh in moments and times where I feel like doom and gloom has hit and is present. But movies are a beautiful thing, I think. There's a lot within the discussion of escapism and all of that. But I think movies, because our brain doesn't distinguish the difference between what is happening in a movie as fake and what is happening to us, like the brain thinks it's the same thing. It is a really beautiful thing to be able to watch something that makes you feel comforted, warm, and loved or loving in response to what you're watching. So that's always been a big sparker, set spark set off sparker, I don't know.
Sparker. Sparker. It sounds like a new superhero. Sparker. Like parkour. But instead of parkour, Sparker.
Yeah,
Real Sparker.
yeah.
You know, when you put metal together and it creates
Mhm.
sparks? Well, if you're going down the street and you see someone just sparking as they're walking, that's Nina.
Oh,
That's Nina.
thank
Yeah.
you.
You're the spark. And when anyone gets touched by that spark, they light up and they're like, oh my gosh, this is like unreal and beautiful and amazing. And I love this. And let's live in love and glory and compassion and empathy and yeah,
Yeah.
all the good stuff.
Yes. Thank you. All right. We're gonna move on to the next one. This one's gonna be you better hold down. You better sit down and hold on, not hold down, because this is out
Hold
of
down,
pocket. Hold down, yeah.
hold down, get down.
Get down to the floor. Drop your weapon.
Can't drop it low yet, though. I can't drop it low. My knees are not there yet. I keep saying that to my mother and to Nina. I'll know when I'm truly healed when I'm able to drop it low again. But my knees,
Oh,
it's my knees. Because for those that don't know, I tore my calf muscle back in January. And obviously,
yeah.
because you're not walking and using certain muscles and doing things that you were doing before, I was doing Pilates, yoga. So my knees were strong, girl, strong. I was even told that my shoulders are strong. My kinesiologist told me that
Mm.
my shoulders are strong, and it's like, well, hey, I do pigeon pose. What can I say? I do the crow. Is it the crow? I just do a lot of things. Anyway, so the most devastating part of this is when I realized that my knees have to be rebuilt and I can't drop it low anymore to T-Pain song Low. You know, apple bottom jeans, boots with the first. You know the part where he says, Johnny got low, low. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do it.
Do
You have
you
no idea what
know
that feels like.
that that
Yes,
song is
here we
my
go.
awakening? Like that song is if I ever feel shy anywhere, if that song comes on, there's no more shy. I don't know who comes
So
out.
what awakening is this? Are we talking like?
It's not just sexual awakening, but it's like awakening of life, of energy, of like confidence. I don't know. I don't know what we can call it. It is an awakening.
She's confident. Na, 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 na. Look, any kind of awakening, I understand because it was such a popular song.
Yeah.
And what year did I can't even remember the year it came out. But every time when T-Pain tells you to drop it low, we were all dropping it low. And now, yeah.
We won't be dropping it low though for this clip.
Why not? I will get out of this chair and try.
Ash, you want to introduce it? Or should I?
I am happy to. I've just got to find it. So just to clarify for you all, we did not create this. Another creator on TikTok did. We're just reading the comments from this. Okay, so nothing about this is us created. But we just have to read the comments because I was gagging and Nina was gagging, and we're both just looking at each other like, what so fun is happening with
It's
people?
crazy.
So this is called, wait for it. Tell us when you realized that you cannot marry him. That's what this was. Someone posted a TikTok asking people, tell me when you realized you can never marry him. And the comments, I read them and then I sent it to Nina just before we started this episode. And I thought we just have to do this.
Yeah.
We just have to because they are interesting.
Yes.
And I'm going to start off with the very first comment. Actually, it's not the first comment on this, but the first comment to start this off that is just absolutely. Yeah, so someone said in the comment section, when he said that women who give birth through C-section are lazy, and if his wife tries it, he would abandon her at the hospital.
He proposed and I said, no.
No deal. Never happening. Not on this planet.
It is wild to be in a position where you don't even know the experience of what it is to pass a human being through your body and say that if I just want you to do it the non C-section way. I don't want to say natural because natural birth is something different, but like the traditional way, let's say, I will abandon you. How dare you get a C-section? It's not your body, bro. Why are you so stressed about what women do with their bodies all the time? In fact, let me not get into that discussion. Just wild. Wild.
As I said to Nina, it's similar to when people think that period pain is not painful. Period pain, it's literally in the word. Period pain, it's in the sentence. Period pain, period pain. It is painful, thank you. But because people don't know what it's like, they just go by their own analogy of that, which, wow. Expansion, spatial awareness, any kind of expansion does not existent in that way.
Yeah, that's crazy. The other one that I found absolutely horrifying is he said we shouldn't blame men who grape their kids. Maybe the wives denied them.
Police. Yes. There's someone you need to pick up ASAP.
Chris Hansen, do we still have you in the room with us? No, absolutely disgusting. Like, I don't have words for that. I don't have words for that, my friend. My friends. But
I
like
do.
that is okay,
Plenty.
go ahead.
Probably not appropriate for this platform per se. I mean, I said the F word, but all the other words I'm thinking of probably not appropriate.
There's another one in here that's of the same lines. I'm just gonna read that one as well because clearly two men who have this. We were discussing a grape incident. He then said, "What a wife can't do, a daughter would do it better." that maybe the wife isn't satisfying him. He also said beating corrects women's bad behavior. Okay, so I have a few things to say to that. Where do you find these men? Why are you with them? Because clearly there are incidences before this it gets to a point where a man feels comfortable just sharing this type of information with you. How? Where? Why? And when? And where can we avoid them? And second of all, to the men who think this way, you're not men. You're reptiles. I don't know what you are. You know, I never was a believer in the whole conspiracy theories of like reptilians are in the government taking over the world. I believe it now. This is a reptilian. It's not a human. It's a reptilian. Disgusting.
I think I just want to, for any of those that come out and say this stuff, I just want to say thank you because you honestly, I'm just grateful that you've exposed yourself, really. Like, please do expose yourself so then people can either call the police on you, which I highly recommend, stay 100 feet away from you, maybe even more, and just never associate with you as a friend or
Yeah.
anything. Just none of that human association, because nothing that you say, if you actually believe this, is human. And I don't want to be around someone who can't relate and connect to human. So
Yeah.
please do expose yourselves and keep exposing yourselves. And
True.
it's good because it shows people, this shows people, do not tolerate someone that believes this. Do not accept the space of someone that truly believes that inhumanity corrects bad behavior. That a woman denying a man sexual pleasure, it validates what he does next with that. That is just disgusting. It is disgusting. It's just like how they say that a man has every right to cheat if his woman's not giving him what
Mm.
he needs as a man. And it's like, we're exposing yourselves. And you know what? Great, because I really hope that people keep building on this awareness so they stay away from this. Stay
Yeah.
away from people that believe this because it's just, it's not human. It's disgusting. You're talking about human beings. I can't imagine doing that to someone I love. But not even that. How can you say that and think normal, completely fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, gross. Absolutely gross. Another one for you. I went out with him and his married friends, and they were all with their girlfriends instead of wives.
It's a pretty bad sign. I think
Mm.
the type of friends you have definitely reflect a lot on your character and the type of person you are and the types of things you tolerate. And I can speak from experience myself. Um, you think your guy is different? He is not. He is friends with them for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, if you, oh no, he would never do that. He is more mature than his friend. He is exactly the same. Okay? Just from this woman to us, from us to you. Do not believe it. If his friends are displaying back to back different people, all part of his friend group are displaying problematic behavior, trust and believe there's a reason he's still around them. And there's some problematic behavior that he is harboring if he hasn't brought it up to you yet. Believe in that. Okay?
Why would you want to be within a group of friends that truly speaks with such demise of human beings and speaks in such desensitization and dehumanization? I just can't imagine being friends with a group of people that truly believe in that. And I mean, people essentially have friends around with this behavior for reasons. A lot of them are personal reasons, because I guess it assesses that space of, I need these people for their space, but who they are as people, it's really the thing of asking yourself, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it just to fulfill the element of friendship, that space of having people in your space. It's never worth it when they're desensitized. because then they will do it to you in one way or another, whether you're conscious to it or you're not. There will be subtle hints, even. It's little things. Like people, there was another thread where people were talking about how did you know, when did you find out that your friend secretly hated you? And people were saying things like, one girl cancelled her friend's flight without her knowing. Like once she sent them the plane ticket or something like that, and one of the friends went ahead and cancelled her flight. Like there's just, I mean,
Wow.
that's a big thing, right? That's an in your face thing. But there's also subtle things where they speak so badly about you and how you look. Like if you ask them, how do I look? And their response is to constantly put you down, is to constantly have some kind of negative projection towards that. It's just never worth what it does to you over time. It is your energy, it's your life, it's your space, and your life is worth being around people who treat it as such, which is a human space. You're a human being. You deserve better.
Yeah,
If I may
absolutely.
say this funny one,
Mhm.
which is kind of funny. When we drove past a mansion and I said, we're going to live in a house like that one day, she goes, I'm very ambitious in brackets. And he told me to be realistic. Out the door, get out of the car. How dare you try to squish my manifestations? That's what I would say. How dare you
Right.
not help me in my manifestation? This is for you as well, boo boo.
You know, I have to agree with that though, because I maybe it's a joke, but like genuinely, why would you want to quote unquote be realistic? Why not dream for more, yearn for more, go for more? Maybe
Mm.
not a mansion, but like something more for yourself, because the be realistic answer is more so the problem than her wanting to be in a mansion. Like everybody wants, well, maybe not everybody. I think a lot of people idealize that. And so the be realistic aspect can come in play later on in different elements when you want to do something and they're not up for it and they're like, "No, be realistic, that's not real." What's realistic at all in life? Nothing. Yeah, no.
Let me be Delulu. That's what I would say. Let
Yeah.
me be Delulu, like your version of Delulu, but really it's manifesting with the sparkles.
Yeah.
You know what I would do, just as a little guidance for you all? Carry glitter in your pocket, right? And if someone says, be realistic, say, no, I'm being fabulously Delulu, and then just get that glitter out and just sprinkle it all over to help boost your manifestation. Just, shh, I want
The
a
gl-
mansion.
I like
Yeah.
that, but the glitter would be absolutely everywhere. Like it would be in your butt crack later on that day when you find out. Like I know it would be. It would not be sprayed in that direction. Somehow it would still end up there. You know what I mean?
Let's think like you get a few seconds of joy from it and you can deal
Yeah.
with the aftermath of it later.
All
But you're
right.
still, it's like a sprinkle of magic on your manifestation glory. It's what it is, isn't it, people?
Yeah.
Just, even if it's not glitter, like it could be, I don't know, you cut up little papers in that color gold, in a color gold, and then you just,
Yeah.
like, just,
Yeah. I
yeah.
like that. I like that.
And it's recyclable. So
Yes.
even better, I guess.
Biodegradable. There's one in here that is crazy. He said he would never kneel to propose to a woman, that his proposal would be with a pregnancy, and that if he must propose, the girl would kneel to collect the ring. I wish he would. I wish he would. Oh man, yeah, that's a reason to leave. Absolutely.
I'm not just laughing at yours. I read one that's actually
Yeah, go ahead.
he gave me money to go to the market and I came back. I should start bringing everything out and explain the stuff I brought and prices.
What? No.
So I laughed at him like, are you for shizzle dizzle? Are you for realsies? It was handed out.
Wow.
So this one was $12.99. Why was it $12.99? I'll tell you, because that was what's on the price tag. Next one. So this was $7.99. I'll tell you why, because it was on the price tag. Jeez.
I am at a loss for words.
Oh my gosh.
There's one. We were both hungry. He then went out and bought food for himself alone, and he sat in front of me and finished the food without sharing. Wow. Immediately. Goodbye. Immediately, no. No. Immediately, no.
Oh my gosh. Someone said here, used as a woman in a conversation.
As a woman? You mean like as a woman, I understand why you're so emotional? Or like, what do you mean?
I'm guessing because I just clicked on the comments of that comment and
Mm-hmm.
someone's like, mine said, as a woman, you're supposed to be up by 5 a.m., sweep and make food for me before I go to work.
Mm.
Like, as a woman, you're meant to be in the kitchen making me a sandwich.
Wow.
Yeah.
That goes hand
As
in
a
hand with
woman,
this one. He said his woman should do domesticated duties whether she's sick, pregnant, or emotionally not okay. That's what he married her for. That's literally the same thing.
choose between a life lonely or walking down the aisle to that lonely. I'd take that, and I just like take it and just like hold on to it and squeeze it, not let it go. No, we shall not accept.
Wow.
He
Just
always thinking.
I'm I am absolutely shocked. Like I said this to Ashley before as well. It's like I have heard certain comments be made like this and even the grape one, and I've literally have been like, there's no way that this actually exists. Like there's no way that there's a human being who thinks this way. The fact that I've heard it so much now, right? I'm I'm at a loss for words that there are people who are like this existing in the world. And like there's proof everywhere you look. Obviously it's not everybody, yes, calm your horses, but it's a lot. And it's a lot more than you think. And it's so many that it infiltrates every single aspect of society. And that is disgusting. You thought mommy's boys were bad. No, there's so much worse out here.
Should we do one more each
Yeah, go
before
ahead.
we say goodbye to you all?
Time to
Go say
say goodbye.
goodbye. If I could speak in it, if I could actually sing it in Italian, I would.
Yeah.
Okay. Said my dream wedding would be in Lake Como. He said he'd never get married in Italy because he doesn't want to get married in a colonizer country and said he'd prefer Portugal.
Portuguese people colonized countries. Where are you at in world history, bro? What are you talking about? Did you not see what the Portuguese did to Latin America? Did you miss that memo? Okay.
That's so funny.
I
Oh,
can't.
I could just imagine the conversation being had in front of me, and I'd probably start laughing. Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so I have one more.
Mm.
Okay, hold on. We were discussing DV, and I mentioned my mother was a DV victim, domestic violence, by the way. He asked what she did to deserve it. I don't know what she did to deserve it, but I know for a fact what you did to deserve it, and now I'm beating your ass. Like, that would be my response. Obviously, that is a joke. I do not commemorate harming your partner, no matter what gender they are. Okay, great. But disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
You know, I know I said that we should end it on those, but here's a really great one to end it, and that's relevant to what you just said
Yeah.
because it was in this too. He loves Andrew Tate. He loves Andrew Tate. That was one of them. He
Oh,
follows Andrew Tate, and that
yeah. Yeah. Goodbye.
no, no.
Just to end it off on a point, because this is something I've experienced myself, and if any of you ladies out there, or anybody of any person, any gender, whatever, if you're dating and this comes up, if you talk about marriage and you talk and he or they, that individual, asks you the question, how or where would you like to get married, and your answer is not supported by that person, and they're like, well, I want to get married like this and I'm not going to get married any other, leave immediately, because that person has no indication of making sure that it is your wedding day. It's his wedding day. It's their wedding day. You don't even need to be there, honey. So don't. Get your bags, pack them, and leave. And that will eradicate all your problems in life. So,
Wham, wham. Thank you, ma'am.
yes.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of What's in Our TikTok Collection.
Connections.
Oh. And we have some really exciting stuff coming up, including some
Yes.
special guests. Oh, I'm excited. La, la,
Yes.
la, la, la. You're just meeting them for the first time, so be
Ooh.
kind, hold space, and until then, enjoy your week, month, year, life. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Arrivederci.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Arrivederci. Bruschetta.
Ciao.